Waiting for you to arrive again.
This is Kohaku, friend of Imagine Your Goddess, doing an Ahsha Maiden Neo Nectar build. My starter is Ring Heralding Maiden Ozo. She has an activated ability, G-Break 1, Counterblast 1, put this into your soul. Choose a grade 2 or less rearguard, and search your deck for a copy of it, and place it on rearguard. Then shuffle, so she can help get more copies out of the deck. And she's from the trial deck that came out a while ago for the new G trial decks. So that's her. My triggers, I run 2 Maiden of Eggplant for the draw, just because draws are kind of good. I run 2 Daniel and 4 of the Maiden crit trigger, because I wanted to get those extra crits in there. I run 4 Light Dragon Heal because it looks nice, and heals are just something that you can run. And then from the Neo Nectar trial deck, I run Maiden of Daybreak. She's the stand trigger that auto G-Break 1 when she's placed on rearguard circle. Put her on top of your deck and choose 2 units with the same name and give them +5, and then shuffle your deck. So just starts getting your field to be big numbers and big beaters. She's pretty good. And you can put more triggers back in your deck. For ones, I run 4 Maiden of Passion Flower as my perfect guard, because she's an unflipper and this deck can get pretty counterblast heavy. I run 2 Maiden of Canna. She has activated G-Break 1, Counterblast 1, and put her into your soul. Choose 2 units, and they get 2 units with the same name, and they get +5. So it's pretty much a grade 1 version of Maiden of Daybreak, except Daybreak goes back to the deck and she goes back to your soul. And she's a 7K, so that's pretty good. Gets more power. I run Valkyrie of Reclamation Padmini. She's the stride fodder and the searcher for Ahsha. She's good for just 7Ks, searching out your 3s and getting more strides out. And then I run 4 Maiden of Cherry Stone. Her auto ability is put her on top of your deck. When the attack hits the Vanguard during the battle that this boosted, you can search for the pretty much grade 2 version of her, Maiden of Cherry Bloom, but she comes out as rested. So you start to get more copies, but you don't get attacks unless you can stand them somehow. For 2s, I run 3 Whirlwind Dragons for now, because I like the art and it can be a kind of a late game on hit damage unflipper, and you get to unflip 2 damage if it hits. So there's that. I run 4 Maiden of Cherry Bloom. It's the one that combos with Cherry Stone, and if this hits when it's on Vanguard or Rearguard, you can Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, search for Cherry Stone and call her as rest somewhere. So it gets a bunch of copies on the field if you can get everything going really well. And then I run 4 Maiden of Gladiolus, for, the quote-unquote Amber clone for a Neo Nectar from the G Trial deck, and she's Counterblast 1, auto G-Break. When this unit attacks the Vanguard, if it's boosted, you can choose a rear guard and clone it. So she can't clone herself as a card, but say that you have 2 Gladioluses on the field. If you attack with this one boosted, you can clone the other Gladiolus and get a whole new column somewhere. But that's her. And then for 3s, I run 4 Vegetable Avatar Dragon. His auto G-Break 1 is at the beginning of your main phase. You can search your deck for a copy of him and then call it to Rearguard Circle. And then his auto on place is Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. When he's placed, search your deck for a copy of a grade 2 or less on your field and call it to Rearguard Circle. So if you miss Ahsha, and you have to ride into him, you can ride, get a copy of something on the field, and then stride and get maybe another copy if you can hit when you're, say, Arborea. And then the star of the deck is Ahsha. So her break stride is auto Counterblast 1 when you stride. You can pay the cost and you can copy one of your rear guards and give it +2. And then her G-Break 2 is continuous. All of your rear guards and Vanguard get the ability that if you have another copy of them on the field, they get +5. So some things that you can do is say that you have Ahsha and she's the G-Break 2. You can have Gladiolus, and then a back row of, say, Cherry Stone. So with her G-Break 2, Gladiolus is getting +5, Cherry Stone is getting +5. It's just everyone's just getting a bunch of numbers added onto them, so everyone's kind of big. Also with the strides that are with the deck currently, I run 2 Spring Princess Arborea. She's the stride from the trial deck, the basic one for when you hit. You can search for a copy of something on your field and give it +2k. And then I run 1 Snow Elemental Blizzle, 1 Snow Element Blizza for either getting to G-Break 2 early with the Counterblast 1, flip a copy of something face up in your G-Zone. So you can get the G-Break 2, or late game you can just have a bunch of power near the end of the game. I run 1 Primavera, the GR from set 2. She's Counterblast 3. She's 5 normal units from your drop zone. Put them back in the deck. Search for a copy, up to 2 copies of, or search for 2 rear guards, and you can get a whole new column with her. But she is Counterblast 3 for that. And then the main stride is Jingle-Flower Dragon. So once per turn, you can Persona Stride by flipping a copy face up in the G-Zone. And if you have 2 or more, you can pick one of your rear guards. Say that you have like your back row full of your Cherry Stones. You'd say that I would choose them, and everyone would get +6 because everyone gets 2 for each of them. That includes your stride, your front row, because everyone gets to be really big. So you can just have a bunch of power for that turn, and then by then you'll have Ahsha's G-Break 2, so you can just have a bunch of numbers and just kind of power it down until you get them to 6. So that's the Ahsha deck profile. Thanks for watching.
Also, if you don't have signed copies of Ahsha, don't bother playing.